It is hot today in Phoenix, Arizona. I am wearing women's deodorant.
90-day infusion. Okay. These are the 30-day infusion.
You gotta be shitting me.
Am I?
I actually follow you.
Really? I'm gonna try to limit myself to 3 bottles in this hunt. Penelope Estates. Son of a gun. It is hot today in Phoenix, Arizona, but we're going to do some bourbon hunting regardless. I feel like my big mistake was not bringing my sunglasses. But we're gonna hit a bunch of stores in and around to the greater Phoenix area, probably hit the best stores that have been recommended to us in all of the major suburbs here, at least most of them. This store is Paradise Liquors. Some fancy, another OFC right there. $150 on a stag. Parker's Heritage, $4.99. And that's a store pick stag. It's $150 for a store pick stag. Actually not bad. Might want to buy that. Like for $150 for a store pick. But we do have a lot of stags at home, bad stuff. I don't know if we have any store picks though. Oh, not much, man. Just got a YouTube channel where we bourbon hunt.
What kind of bourbon are you looking for?
We're always looking for something interesting. Obviously hard to find is good, but also we tend to try to find hidden gems, local stuff, like not just the Buffalo Trace things that everybody's looking for.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Any hidden gems over here that you're aware of?
No.
Not really. Stick mostly to the mainstream stuff.
Mainstream stuff. We have our own bourbons now that are from Rare Character now.
Rare Character?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our own barrel select bourbons.
Oh, barrel selects, your own barrel picks you're doing? Okay. Are there any good distilleries in Arizona?
Mostly it's vodkas.
Mostly vodkas?
Yeah, mostly I don't know good bourbons and stuff like that. Mostly like normal stuff.
That's a good selection though.
We try to do our best. We miss a lot of things too, so right now the market is very low on them, so.
Market very low as in you just don't see a lot of them? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Usually never see no empty holes in my shelves.
So you can normally keep the allocated stuff? Because price-wise, it's secondary on some of the stuff, but most of it's like low side of secondary.
We try to make it decent.
Okay.
Our prices are decent prices. We're not trying to overprice everything, but it depends on the distribution stuff and how much we're getting all the time. So that's make a difference.
So how is distribution here? You've got a good selection. Arizona, Phoenix area, you get a lot of good bourbon.
But they don't get a lot of bourbon themselves too.
Okay.
To satisfy everybody in the area.
Right.
There's a lot of good bourbon drinkers over here. We just noticed that lately. We knew on this stuff. This is not like something we've been doing a long time ago.
Okay.
We started doing it like 5-6 years ago. It's like
when it really got hot, you started picking up more allocated stuff. Are you into bourbon at all?
No, myself, no.
No.
I am a whiskey guy, but what I like whiskey, I like bourbon, but it's not like when I sip in something, I can tell the difference between this and this.
Right.
I don't have the balance.
I understand. It takes a lot of practice, that's for sure. Michter's 20. My goodness. You don't see Michter's 20. Honestly, it might be one of the first ones I've ever seen just sitting on a shelf somewhere. $5,000, which is not the craziest price I've seen for it or heard for it, online anyway.
Yeah, we just got cleaned up like a few months ago, last month. A guy came in and took all my good stuff.
Really?
They got hunters.
Oh, yeah. So he came in and just bought a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Did he get a good price for buying in bulk, or he just wanted it that bad?
He just wanted that bad. He didn't even say nothing about it. He took all my babbies, everything.
Wow.
I have babbies and I have all the collections in here. They took every single one.
That's why you price them like that, though. Every once in a while, somebody's going to come in and do that, right?
Well, it's hard to come. It's like people want it, but you have to find the right person.
Right.
Who want to pay the price for it. So, and if
How
you're
much
patient enough, I cannot remember the price.
You can't remember
And if you're patient enough, you keep your stuff in there and you just wait for it, and you'll get sold.
I understand.
Usually we give deals to people. When they buy 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles. We give them discounts and stuff like that,
Okay.
but something we can afford. Not like something we chop the prices down. We're not allowed to.
Understand.
Owners only allowed to do this kind of things.
I got you. But if you're a regular customer, you come in and buy quite a few bottles. You get access to something.
Yeah, we always give some good deals for my regular customers. Yes. And we do special orders too. Like if you want certain amount, a certain bottle, and we cannot find it out there, we will do our best to get it for you. If it is in Arizona, if they have distribution for it, we bring it.
What is your price on a William LaRue Weller up there, if you don't mind me asking? One of my favorite bottles. Yeah, it's one of the few that's not priced.
Not enough numbers.
Not enough numbers. That's probably true. No, I get you.
Because all of them is like high amount numbers.
That joke works both ways, though.
$1,500.
$1,500, yeah. And so you see some there, like the Old Forester single barrel proof, which is $89. Great price on that bottle. That's your store pick? It's a great price on that bottle.
My boss, he has good taste of bourbon. So
okay.
when he samples something, he gets good stuff.
Have y'all seen the Jack 14s yet? The Jack Daniels 14
and we sold out of it.
They so quick, I figured.
We had it, we sold out of it. Yeah, that fast. And people call in and put them in hold for us.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we put them for.
Obviously not enough if you sold them that quick, right?
Well, like I said, we decent pricing. We don't like, we're taking advantage of something hot and stuff like that. We decent pricing. We don't change the prices for the markets.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? We just place it
That's
for,
a good way of
for
doing
one
it.
price. Yeah. The Blantons also our store picks too, both of them. The gold and the
Oh, so the gold's your store pick as well? Nice. Oh, Springbanks. 10, 15, and 18 sitting up there at the top. That Stag Junior store pick's actually very tempting at that price. $150 is like my maximum I'll pay if I don't have one and I really need one on the shelf. The problem is I was cleaning out the closet, I found a couple. We've got a few Stags, so I don't really need any more, although it'd be nice to have a store pick. I will leave that for somebody else. We are on a bit of a limited space, the old school Brewzle hunts, because we're in freaking Arizona. Got my rental car right. Just realized first time I've ever rented a car in my entire life. Got my little Hyundai Tucson. I thought that was fitting because you know, Tucson right down the road. I'm gonna try to limit myself to 3 bottles in this hunt. Now, we are hunting Tucson as well while I'm here, so that'll probably be the next video. And I've got 3 bottles there. So if I go over here, that's less I can buy in Tucson. So try to limit it. And I really wanted to look at his regular selection just to kind of see what he had. You know, maybe buy something that wasn't allocated, but you can't even see it. So you got to know what you're looking for if you go in there, unless it's allocated. But such is life. Buying whiskey online is becoming a lot more common, which is actually great for hunting hard to find bottles. But some of you folks end up falling into traps with some of these like not so reputable sites. Because as you shop online, your data may end up in the hands of data brokers. And data brokers buy and sell your personal information, address, phone number, even details about your family, making it easy for anyone to access your private life. And this can lead to serious risk like identity theft, phishing scams, even possibly harassment. And that's why I started using Delete Me, the sponsor of this video. Delete Me's privacy experts actively search hundreds of data broker websites to find and remove your personal information, not just once, but continuously throughout the year. After signing up, I was amazed to see how quickly my details were actually removed. I've been using Delete Me for several months now, and I'm continually impressed by how many sites they discover exposing my data. Knowing Delete Me is actively monitoring and removing these risks gives me tremendous peace of mind. Protecting your privacy should be just as important as protecting your best bourbon bottles. Don't leave your personal information vulnerable on the internet. Head on over to joindeleteme.com/Brewzle. Use the code Brewzle at checkout and save 20%. Keep yourself and your family safe from unwanted exposure with a family protection plan. Again, that's joindeleteme.com/Brewzle. Using code Brewzle for 20% off. Now, let's get back to that bourbon hunt. This is Fiesta Liquor. Hey, how are you?
I actually follow you.
Really?
Yeah.
TJ?
Dwayne.
Nice to meet you, Dwayne. We're just out doing a little bourbon hunting. This place came recommended.
Yeah, we get a lot of bourbon. This week we just got the Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, the 8-year 101, $43. Look at that sitting up there
Yeah.
already. So, got the double oaked on a sale price already? It's just not moving like they thought they were.
A lot of people say regular, just the regular double oak is fine, but the double some people don't like.
Well, the regular double oak store picks are very similar in experience to that. Maybe not quite as good, but for a third the price, pretty dang close. Any hidden gems here?
No, everything's on the shelf.
What is that Grand Canyon Blue Corn bourbon right there?
That's new. I don't know much about that. But it's actually from Blue Corn.
$47. Looks a little light in color, but it's also in a thin bottle, which probably not helping it any.
40%.
High elevation distilled. Now, I tend to like blue corn stuff. I mean, we like fun corn experiments in general. Blue corn tends to be pretty sweet. Grand Canyon Distillery.
Well, they also make the craft beer too.
They make beer, is that what you said? So they're really more known for their beer?
Yeah, the craft beers.
It is aged a minimum of 2 years. Don't love that, but Williams, Arizona, milled, mashed, distilled, aged, and bottled. Well, that seems like a good local thing we need to try, even though I wished it was 4 or 5 years. Oh, you got one of those Corzones in some sort of Buffalo Trace barrel?
The Wellers.
Oh, it's in a Weller barrel?
It was one of the Wellers.
I mean, pretty good selection. Rebel 6-year, 100 proof. What is that Woodford Reserve in a box? Oh, just a gift set. I got you. Turn sideways. Derby gift set. Single barrel, 1792, sitting up there. Good price on an E.H. Taylor as well. Y'all keep those in stock? I mean, this is the second store we've been to. You're the second store to have those.
Yeah, because there's only like one supplier in the whole state.
Okay.
And they only give them to the top 15 stores.
Really? Okay. So y'all get all of them. The top 15 stores gets all of them. In the whole state?
Whatever they got, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to get more small batch, but that didn't come in this week. We got still tons of rye up there.
Yeah, you don't see the rye that often. If I weren't flying, I'd probably take one of those home. Is it heart release? Keepers.
Keepers release. I'm shocked we still have that.
So I mean, if you've got stuff like this sitting around, you've got a ton of those Turkey 8s. I see them still down there in the bottom.
Yeah, that one's for a customer.
Is the bourbon hunting here? Like you get a lot of bourbon hunters?
Yeah. A lot of people come in and look around.
Typically, y'all just, anything allocated, you just put it out when you get it? Okay. And then every once in a while, they could call in and have you hold it if they're local, regular, build a relationship type of thing?
We'll hold on to it.
Well, I appreciate it. I think I'm going to grab that blue corn there if you don't mind. Yeah, that's the one that interests me the most, something I haven't seen before. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. I'm more excited to get that than I am some allocated bottle that I've had 1,000 of. Let me know down in the comments if you see a bottle that I passed on here on this hunt that I should be grabbing. Let me know, because I get enough recommendations on it, or if your recommendation catches my eye, I'm liable to buy it in a future hunt. This is Sellers Fine Wine and Liquor.
You gotta be
Am I?
You gotta be me. I watch your videos all the time. I never thought in a million years I would see you.
Well, here you are. TJ, what's your name?
Jameson.
Jameson? Yeah. You got to be drinking whiskey with that name, right?
I'm new. I'm
You're
6
new.
months
Okay.
into it, yeah.
Just talking about that.
Just getting into it. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, is this the right store then?
These guys are good. I met Alex probably about 45 or so days ago and just built a relationship with him. He's just a stand-up guy and has a lot of good things to say, and I trust his recommendations, and he's got a good reputation all over the place. So go ahead. I was going to pick up some of this stuff here. I don't know too much about it, but I'm going to try it just to try it. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like a celebrity.
Oh.
I'd rather see you than see a baseball player.
Oh, there you go. Me too. I hate baseball.
I'm Alex.
Alex TJ. Nice to meet you.
He's the fine owner of this fine establishment.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, everybody been talking about you coming in town for the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
We shouldn't tell them too far ahead of time.
I know, right? Yeah.
Well, it's the first store. I've run into a few folks that recognize me, but they didn't know I was coming. So when we go on these hunts, and our goal is just to document what the scene's like, not to, try to let folks know we're coming so that they give us any special treatment. So, but we also like to ask folks what stores to go to, and that usually tips away where we're going to be.
Yes, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Yes, sir. Welcome in.
I appreciate it. So your bourbon's just kind of everywhere?
Here and those 2 shelves.
Okay.
So it's getting hot, so not a lot of stuff for dumping out anymore, you know what I mean? So, come in the wintertime, you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay, so y'all get most of your bourbon in the winter, or?
Mostly winter.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's allocation season for a lot of places.
It is, and most of the store picks come in the winter, so yeah.
Nobody wants to dump them in the summer. They want that one more heat cycle, right? Any hidden gems on the shelf here? They're not even allocated. Like anything made locally, anything a little different. Like, I don't know Sonoma bourbon. I don't know anything about them. I don't have a ton of Davies County stuff. I have had some from them.
We just came back from Oregon 2 weeks ago.
Okay, you up there Woodinville or?
Bull Run.
Or Woodinville's Washington.
Washington, yeah. Bull Run is Oregon.
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Are they distilling their own as far as you know?
No, they're proudly sourcing, which,
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with that.
As long as you're doing a good job of it.
Exactly, and what they're really good at is finishing. We picked 4 barrels, actually.
Oh, wow.
And it really is like a sherry finish, a mixture of Pinot Noir and Osino finish. I mean, they're doing some really amazing things up there.
Yellowstone special release over there. Some Blue Run.
So in Arizona, this is the licensing attorney in me, if you make less than 19,600 gallons of liquor a year, you can self-distribute.
Okay.
And so there is a gentleman out of Elgin, Arizona, about 2 hours south of here, that does exactly that. He self-distributes his own product. It's some of the best stuff that I have ever had. He's got a 10-year-old bottled and bond bourbon.
He distilled it?
He distilled it. He aged it in Arizona. And you can only get it, I'm going to say a bad word to a lot of people, or bad 2 words, but you can only find it in 3 Total Wines in the Valley.
Okay. We're going to have to call those 3 and find it because I need to go over there and get one.
Yeah.
I can't film in Total Wines. They don't like for us to film, but so I wasn't planning on going to them. But if it's that good, 10-year-old bottle and bond, locally distilled.
Alex, what do you think about Elgin Distillery bourbon?
Where's your
Elgin?
Patron?
Elgin.
Oh, that's a steal.
You can either go to Mesa or Surprise. They're about equidistant.
Okay.
Whether you want to go west or east, I don't know. But Total Wine here in Arizona, their inventory is live online.
Right.
So if it's available online, you
Okay.
can get it. That's what it looks like.
All right. So Elgin, Arizona, straight bourbon whiskey, right there. I appreciate it. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We do need that Elgin. I got to go find that Elgin. Sounds like a great recommendation if all of those specs are factual on it. Unfortunately, Alex was pretty busy. It's a busy store. He's got a lot of folks in and out. But we were able to catch up with a licensing lawyer, so that's always fun. We just hired a licensing lawyer, so I'm a big fan of licensing lawyers right now. We'll see. Depends on how fast he gets our licensing as to whether I continue to love licensing lawyers. But he seemed like a nice fellow. The hunt continues. Let's see what else we can find. Hey, real quick in the TMI department, I am wearing women's deodorant today because I forgot my bathroom bag. Just left it completely at the house. Luckily, Jill uses some fairly strong deodorant, and us thick boys in this heat need to make sure we're properly deodorized. I did just go buy this Squatch. This is not an ad. Squatch odor squatching deodorant, and I picked this one because it's a bourbon scent. Never been to a Sprouts before. The one next to this liquor store had a few things in stock, and they had Squatch wood barrel bourbon, which I will admit smells nice, but it doesn't smell anything like bourbon. But y'all let me know. Any particular deodorant brand y'all a big fan of? I'm always looking for new things. Jill's been buying a lot of this Old Spice stuff, which is fine. I don't mind it, but I am looking for something new. I'm hoping this turns out pretty good, but give me your recommendations down in the comments. This is Magnum Cigar Lounge. Bushmore 13th Colony, another Old Forester pick right there. These are all the barrel picks. Smoke Wagon Private Barrel. I don't think we have this one, but got to be able to find it locally. Like we flying back with it. I like the light setup. It's just behind them low, so it's not under the bottles.
And all this back here is pretty much all just back stock back here.
Okay, so just extra inventory.
Yeah, this used to be our main stack, and then we built those nice shelves out there.
How's the bourbon scene here in the greater Phoenix area?
Yeah, it's huge. I'll tell you that much. They got their own society, the whole deal.
Anything local, any hidden gems that I can find here that I might not be able to find back home?
You got to tell back that's about the only thing.
Okay, and that's all single malt stuff, right?
It's just mesquite smoke stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like my kind of thing.
It's about the only thing I have that's local, though.
I hear some of those Hirsch might be Willet.
Oh, the Hirsch stuff is awesome, man.
Is it?
Yeah. I love the Hirsch stuff. I mean, I always have, even back in the days where you get the 25s and the 24 years and all that. But this is still good juice for the price.
So this is a blend of 3-year and 8-year. Just a little bit of 8-year.
You got a little Redwood Empire event tonight.
So you have an event here with them?
You got nothing going on at 5 o'clock. Come on in. It's a free walk-up event. They'll be doing the Van Dues and the Devil's Tower, the Lost Marnark Cast Strength, and I believe our barrel pick.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
I gotta drop my wife and daughter off at a concert they're going to. I may have to check that out.
Yeah, come on in, man. It'll be going for a couple hours. I think it's usually a 2-hour thing. You seen our bar?
No, I haven't seen the bar next door.
Yeah. Wait till you see in there. That's where all the cool stuff is. All the rare, crazy allocated stuff's going to be over there.
So you just take it over there to pour samples of it?
Yeah, unfortunately these days they don't treat us as well.
Okay.
A couple of years ago they switched up the distribution, so they're giving it mostly to the big chain stores like the grocery stores, Walmarts, stuff like that.
That's what somebody was telling me earlier, is it's like the top 15 stores or so in the state get almost everything.
We get a little bit, and that's enough to basically feed our bar throughout the year, and that's about it. We used to be the #1 account for Buffalo Trace stuff too at one point in time. Yeah.
Is that just when it wasn't based on Sazerac? Or when it wasn't based on...
It was after they switched companies, but yeah.
Because, I mean, this is a nice high-end store. I'm assuming y'all don't... I don't see any 99s, or maybe there's some back there. Yeah, a few 99s, but like not a lot. You're probably not selling as much of that in Fireball and Buzz Balls and all the things it takes.
That's what they want you to buy, so. Is what it is, but at least people can come in and enjoy it in the bar, you know.
Yeah, it's better than just selling one bottle. I guess everybody then gets to come enjoy it, try it.
Exactly.
What are pour prices typically like over there?
Some of that stuff's a little more than normal, I guess you could say. But I mean, I think the base price is like $15 starting price for a glass, depending on what. Yeah.
And then it just kind of goes up from there based on rarity.
Like the Pappies, I'm sure, are $75 on up. I can only assume. Same thing with the Handy or the Sazerac collection.
Well, I mean, some places it gets a lot worse than that. Yeah. So I'll have to check it out. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
I didn't even see the case over here. Got a 19, is that 24 sitting there?
Yeah. Somebody's going to win that for $1.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. How did they win it?
Doing a little thing with the Earl Forester. So I can give you a ticket, but...
No, it's fine. I'll be gone in a few days anyway.
But yeah. So basically, when we pull the ticket, man, whoever gets pulled is gonna get that for $1.
So you just swing by and grab a ticket, or theoretically you come buy something?
Yeah, whenever they buy one, and if you ask for one, I'll give you one too. Either way. Yeah, theoretically.
Is that
legally? I have to give you one either way. So.
Oh, so it has to. There has to be a free option. Yeah, I got you.
So never a problem. But yeah, it's a fun thing. We do that every once in a while. So sometimes we'll do that with like a bunch of like random allocated stuff. You know, some of the stuff that's in the bar. We'll pull 5 bottles out and do that same thing.
Yeah, can't give it away.
Can't give it away. That's you got to charge the buck. Yep.
You a cigar expert?
Yeah, I know cigars.
Tell me about cigars. I don't know anything about. I'm getting into them a little bit. I smoke very, very occasionally, maybe once a quarter. I'll socially with other folks. Tell me something I need to know. Like, if there's a cigar I need to be going for.
It just I mean, if you don't smoke that often, I would say you're gonna probably start on something milder.
Okay.
So it just
that's usually like probably my favorite to this point that I smoked regularly. Kind of got me into it. They were Gurkhas infused with Ranabuela rum. Really enjoyed those. Light, sweet, but not over the top. I don't like flavored cigars.
And these aren't flavored, like you said. They're just infused. It's just personal preference, really, when it comes down to. You gotta try a bunch of different stuff, and eventually find the handfuls. So these are the Gurkhas. This is the cognac infused one. Right. So this is one that we had made for us. It's a 90-day infused instead of 30-day infused. This is the 30-day infused one here. And then I've also got the rum and the bourbon one as well, on the smaller.
Okay, I'll have to take. I haven't seen those rums in a while.
Other than that, you got all your like actual flavored stuff, which is to each their own. But outside of that, you probably just want to go with the traditional Connecticut.
Okay.
So something like this, for instance, like an Oliva, just nice, mild, smooth,
I had a box
creamy,
of those. Really
nice woody,
enjoyed
cedary
those.
notes. But yeah, that's what you would want to do.
Somebody sent us a box. We were doing like a activation with a cigar retailer, and they sent us a box of those, and those were very popular. I thought that would last me for quite some time, no more than I smoked, but my friends enjoyed them as much or more than I did, so they got smoked.
Yeah, it's a great brand. But I would say, for starters, if you're just getting into it, start off at Connecticut's, and you'll kind of build your way up. You'll build your way up to like a Maduro or like a broadleaf or something to that extent.
Kind of like bourbon. Start off with low proof and work your way into it.
Exactly.
All right, so these were the infused longer.
These are the ones with the cognac. So 90-day infusion.
Okay.
These are the 30-day infusion, and then you got your bourbon and your rum.
Sounds like I want the 90-day infusion, right?
Yeah,
That's the one I got. Okay.
We've been doing that one for over 10 years now. That's one of our house cigars that Gurkha does for us. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna get one of these. I'm gonna walk around, I guess, and grab a couple of those rums while I'm at it. Haven't had one of those in quite some time. I've smoked quite a few cigars since I've had any of those, so it'd be nice to.
And other than that, the only other one I have that's kind of going to be like that, have you had the Pappy cigars? Probably not.
I have.
Have you had these? Okay, so
It's
they're
okay.
barrel fermented,
Yeah.
but you gotta like those flavors.
Yeah, it's okay. Like it's good. It just wasn't worth the markup in price.
Yeah.
The Eagle Rare, the Weller Cohibas were pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
We did
but
well with them.
yeah.
But yeah, the gimmicky stuff, you know, they end up charging more for it.
Yes, the brand is worth something.
Yep. All right, my friend. So we got 44.53. You gonna go hang out in the bar for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
My name is Mike, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
your name?
Thank you, TJ.
TJ, nice to meet you.
And the bar's this way.
No, just
Through
head
this?
right through that
Okay.
arch right there, and we know we'll get you all set up. I'll walk over and just make sure she's on the floor there.
Yeah, I just want to check it out and get some pour prices. Oh, this is cool. I mean, I'm assuming it's okay to smoke in here too, right? So I smell it and got the ashtrays. Dude, this is nice. It's an awesome vibe. See the selection they got going on here?
Here,
Got a digital menu.
digital menu. Right?
Ah, cool. Appreciate it. All right, let's see. What would we pick? What would we pick? Blanton's Gold's $50 a pour. $38 for a 17-year George Dickel. $43 for a Michter's 10. $125 for the Van Winkle 15. The Van Winkle 20 is $150, and the 23 is $200. $100 for the WLW right there. That's the best deal in there. That store had a really cool lounge, cool place. Not a huge bourbon selection, but you know, also not going to get a ton of allocated stuff. Overall, though, really cool store. Really liked the bar aspect, and if you're a cigar smoker, dude, this is definitely going to be your spot. Been a while since I've had these Ranabuela Gurkhas. Like honestly, it's been years since I've had these. So excited now that I've gotten a little more into cigars. Still not super into it. Jill doesn't want me smoking, and honestly, I don't want to smoke a lot. Every once in a while, I like to go up to Red Clay and hang out with the folks there and smoke a cigar, or get together with some friends and smoke one. So excited to go back to these. But let's get back to bourbon hunting. And now, Liquor Vault. Some Evan Hill grained glass right here. The best one to me. Of course, you start to see those in lots of places. Some dark arts, what we got here? Sherry wine, Madeira and Armagnac. Dude, I just put out a short. We've been sleeping on some of those right there. That one is 4 years, 6 months old. Those are good. All single barrels here. Foolproof single barrel bonded. Toasted rise. Look at there, Penelope Estates. Son of a gun. All right, well, we were only supposed to be taking 3 bottles, and we might be ruining that. 101 for the straight bourbon single barrel 10-year. And then, what is this one? Is this the same? Oh, that's the same. Okay. So we're still within our 3-barrel limit, 3-bottle limit.
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going all right. How about yourself?
Good.
What do you know about these Penelope estate collections here?
Just got those in a little bit.
Okay.
I got 1 9-year and 2 different 10 years.
Okay, so those are 2 different 10 years?
Yeah, they're different mash bills and different proofs.
That sucks, because we're supposed to be limited to 3 bottles, and now I got to buy all 3 of them.
There you go. Easy peasy.
What about that Wilderness Trail? Is that a single barrel pick from y'all?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying that.
Sure.
All right, 4 year, was it 4 years, 6 months, 4 years something, Wilderness Trail. Oh, that one's a little spicy. I like it. Not as much as the 5 year I think I've got at the house though. I've been sleeping on those Wilderness Trails. That one's got a little cinnamon note on it. It's different. Pendleton 10-year right there is pretty good stuff. Malt whiskey. All right, of course, seeing it like literally everywhere. The 8-year Wild Turkey, everybody was so worried would be allocated and hard to get. Literally everywhere. Of course, I have this Screaming Titan. I don't want a malted rye. More double oaked everywhere. Just filmed a short. I found the bourbon cream better than this one, and this one is fantastic, but the Middle West bourbon cream, just slightly more fantastic. You know you're pushing for space when the Old Forester is pushed to the bottom shelf there. A lot of Keepers release here in Arizona. Second store we've seen that. I'll show you all the bottom. 13th Colony all the way out here. Wow. We're going to pick which one of these bourbons we like the best. This is a 9-year Private Select estate collection. So apparently with their estate collections, they're doing single barrels. I guess I wasn't really aware of that. And I think we accidentally passed on some of these in some of the stores in a previous hunt. Completely different mash bill, single barrel, 10-year. I gotta get my phone out to see the mash bills. 60% corn, 4% malted barley, 36% rye on that one. 75% corn, 21% malted barley. So a high rye and a low rye, 10-year. I think those are the two I'm gonna take instead of that 9. I think I'm gonna grab these two 10s instead of the 9. Well, you think that's a wise move, or was the 9 particularly special? Good. So how's the bourbon scene here in the Phoenix area?
Oh, it's busy.
With allocated stuff, y'all tend to just throw it out, or you have a club, or just put it out on shelf when you get it?
We don't do any packages or lines or raffles or crap like that.
Okay, so just happen to swing by, you get it, you get it, right?
That's it.
I mean, it's about as fair a way as you can do it. Appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, have a good day, man.
You too. That store was obviously tight, really hard to show the whole selection, but pretty good bourbon selection. And they just drop allocated stuff whenever they get it at MSRP-ish, so that's cool. Overall, good store. I could spend a lot of time in. Love stores that pour samples too, because when you're trying something new, there's nothing like being able to actually try it before you take that sucker home. All right, so we've stuck to our 3 bottles. We did good, we did good. We had some discipline. Now I've got a hunt tomorrow. I'm gonna see if I can't swing by a store and grab that bottle that he was recommending. I've already, is it Elgin? Something like that. So I'm like, I've got it on film, that's why we record these things. It's been a little while. It may have been just a few minutes for you. It's been a little while for me. So had a great time here in the greater Phoenix area, hitting all these suburbs. The heat, kind of rough, 102 degrees I think today, but it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. Stayed in the shade most of the time, and car's got air conditioner, so I figure out how to make it work. Had a great time. Looks like there's a pretty solid bourbon culture here. I appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. And in the next hunt, at least the next one I'm gonna do, probably the next one we release, I'm gonna hit Tucson, see what I can find over there. See y'all in the next one. Thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring this video and helping me safeguard my privacy. If you're passionate about bourbon and want to keep your personal data private, click the link in the description to get 20% off your subscription today.